Come the Pigeon Forge Tigers all the way in, layup. He blows it, no good. Rebound to Caden. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Last touch, it should be Oak Ridge's basketball. Jeremy Miller with the last bucket makes it a 3-point game. 12-9 our score. 3:03 to play here in the first quarter. Oak Ridge moving right to left here. Oak Ridge basketball. Jeremy drives the baseline. Blocking foul is going to be called against Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge fans don't like it, but he definitely was moving as they substitute into the ball game Bryson King into the contest. Checking out of the contest will come number 15, Corey Bohannon. Coach Green not happy about something. So Wildcats working in Kel Slater. Slater in the right corner. 12-9 our score. Up to Graff with it. Back to Kel. Kel goes inside. Stafford, a little 4-footer. No good. Tipped and rebounded back by Stafford. Goes up for the shot. He's fouled again. Foul called against Pigeon Forge. 2:47 to play here in the first quarter. 12-9 is our score. It'll be once again, Wildcats with it underneath the goal. 2:47 to play, 12-9. Here comes Jamison up to graft into the ball game. Caden will once again come out. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 2:47 to play, first quarter. 12-9 our score. Oak Ridge ball. Jamison for three and a tie game. Hits the top of the backboard, no good. Rebounded by number 5, Mason Schultz. Then a steal by Kel. Kel goes in for the shot, good. Kel Slater off the glass, makes it a 1-point game. 12-11 our score, 2.5 minutes to play first quarter. Bounce pass intercepted. Stafford Shanklin goes in for the shot, good. Stafford Shanklin on the steal, gives Oak Ridge the lead, and he's got 5, and Oak Ridge has a 13-12 lead. Here come the Tigers down the floor. They break the press. Driving all the way down will go Valentine. Valentine didn't like what he saw. He drives the baseline, gives it up to his teammate along the baseline, who kicks it out to the top of the circle. Andrew Valentine nearly stripped of the ball. He is stripped of the ball. Saved on the floor by Lucas Searcy. Searcy down the floor, gives it over to Slell. Kel Slater inside, throws the ball away. Too hard with the pass intended for Jamison up to Graft. And with 2:02 to play in the first quarter, Oak Ridge on top 13-12 as we play here at Pigeon Forge High School. In a game you're listening to on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Pigeon Forge ball, yet to get it in. He didn't start counting the 5-second call until way late, and they're going to drive in for a layup. Good. They score all the way in with Bryson King. And once again, the Pigeon Forge Tigers lead by 1. 14-13 the score, 1:52 to play here in the first quarter. Kel Slater facing a zone. We're at the midcourt circle, gives it off to Jamison, up to Graft. Up to Graft to Slater, around to Lucas Searcy. Double team, cannot shoot, back to Searcy, to Stafford. Stafford puts the ball on the floor, backs it up to Kel. Kel at the top of the circle, around to the right wing. It goes to the corner to Jeremy Miller. Comes cross court to Slater. Kel nearly stripped of the ball, grabs it. Double team, backs it up with a pass to Slater. 1:26 to play, first quarter. The Wildcats down 14-13. Lucas Searcy for 3, way too strong. Jeremy Miller has the rebound, back up from 5, no good. On the rebound, the Wildcats don't get it. It'll be Pigeon Forge down the floor with the basketball. They lead Oak Ridge 14-13. The Wildcats very short-handed without the football players, without Jonathan Millaway as well, as they work the ball in for a shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Searcy. Searcy and the Wildcats wanting to run. A minute to play, first quarter. Kel brings the ball down the floor, didn't have numbers, backs it over to Searcy, to Stafford Shanklin. Stafford was fouled, but no call. Back it goes Jamison, thought about a 3. Now Stafford will shoot a 3, and good. 3-point bomb by Stafford Shanklin, and he has 8. The Wildcat lead is 2. They run the floor and beat us down for a shot. They blow the layup, get the rebound, right back with a shot, no good. Rebound, Stafford had it, can't control it. It goes out of bounds. Wildcats not in great position on either end of the floor in a mad scramble type ball game with 37.6 seconds to play. Oak Ridge in the lead, 16-14. No timeouts really, just a quick moving first quarter. The Tigers will try to work the ball in. Looking. Here comes on the deflection. They lose it out of bounds. Should be Oak Ridge's ball. Oh man, what a terrible call. No, he missed it. He definitely missed it, but that's okay. It's hard to look through people. So 36 seconds to play here. 16-14 the score. It'll be Pigeon Forge with the basketball. They'll have the basketball underneath the goal, down by 2. 36 seconds to play. First quarter. 5-second count. They get the ball in this time. They've been struggling to do that, honestly, and I don't believe on a couple occasions they actually did, as they give it off to Rayfield. Rayfield holds the ball. Bounce pass to the midcourt circle. 26 seconds to play. They'll drive in. blocked by Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller, I believe, to Stafford Shanklin. Stafford brings the ball to Kell. Kell, he had his man. He could have driven to the hole if he wanted to. Backs it up with a pass once again. 14 seconds to play. Oak Ridge by 2, 16-14 here from Pigeon Forge High School. Oak Ridge ball down to 7. Here comes Lucas Searcy, Kell Slater, Jeremy Miller throws the ball away. Kell gets it right back with 1 second, goes in for the shot. Blocking foul called against Pigeon Forge. I don't think the Tiger fans have seen a call they like yet, Mark.
Not that goes against them, no.
It'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line with 0.5 seconds to play in the first quarter in a 16-14 ball game. Kell has 2 points in the game. He'll have 2 shots here. 16-14. Two teams played last year. Wildcats won. That shot is good. We had our football players last year. We don't have them this year. No excuses. Got to play with who you have. And that's fine. Yeah, it gets them better. Both free throws up. Good. Then the Wildcat lead is 4. And that is the end of the first quarter. As they launch at mid-quarter, it's up, and it is rim, but no good. 18-14 our score. The Wildcats in the lead. We'll be back to Pigeon Forge High School in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Pigeon Forge High School. David Clary, John Oliver, Mark Hayes, Christian Rosas Rodriguez. Second quarter just underway. Oak Ridge on top 18-14. Kell to Lucas Searcy. Wildcats with the ball first, so we start play here in the second period. Wildcats have trailed most of the score. They call it 5. They're counting 5 seconds on him as the Wildcats work it out right side. Kell drives the baseline, cut off nicely. Good defense being applied by Pigeon Forge, and they have to back it up. Here's Jeremy Miller in the paint for a shot. It's off the rim. It's up, no good. On the rebound once again, knocked out of bounds. The Wildcats in the lead, 18-14. Pigeon Forge well coached, very, very good.
Yeah, very good fundamentals, David. They work the ball around very well, and they crash the boards.
Another foul is going to be called as the inbounds comes into Jeremy Miller, and he is fouled by Caleb Hughes. We're streaming on YouTube right now at Prep Radio. We're also on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. Jeremy Miller will go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. He has 6 of the Wildcats' 18. He's 2 of 2 from the line. This one's going to be a little short. He'll have another one, though, foul in the act of shooting. Incidentally, that was the 8th team foul called against the Tigers as we broadcast here at Pigeon Forge. Jeremy back to the free throw line for the Wildcats. His second toss, good. Oak Ridge with his biggest lead, up to 5, 19-14. The Wildcats playing with Lucas Searcy, along with Kell Slater, Caden Updegraff, Stafford Shanklin, Jeremy Miller. They get the ball in, then it comes to Bryson King. King's going to race the ball across the line, coast to coast, lost the ball out of bounds. He actually got fouled, I think, by Oak Ridge, but they didn't call it. I mean, he went tripping, the ball went rolling out, and the Wildcats will get it. Might have caught a break there, Mark.
I don't know. He seemed like he just kind of lost his footing to me, David. There wasn't really a defender applying much pressure to him, so I'd be surprised if that was a foul on Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge basketball, here it goes. Jamison Updegraff to Lucas Searcy. Searcy to Jeremy Miller along the baseline, fires it out high. Jamison drives in, throws the ball to Stafford. I don't think he was throwing it to him. Stafford goes in for the shot. Nice move by Stafford Shanklin. Off the glass shot, and then play is halted. And we're going to have a warning against Stafford. So the Wildcats will get it. He pushed the ball away. A delay of game called against Oak Ridge, up by 7. 21-14 the score. 7 minutes to play in the second period. Bounce pass comes in to number 1. King in the rear court, stolen by Jamison. He missed the layup, though. Rebounded by Jeremy. Throws the ball off the body of one of the Tigers out of bounds. It goes last touch by Aiden Lacey. Wildcats quick hands, getting some turnovers on their press, Mark.
Yeah, they are. That pass actually hit the backboard, and that's how number 10 Updegraff was able to get the ball and try a layup.
Oak Ridge on top. Here's Lucas Searcy for three. No good. Underneath the go. They're going to call a foul. Personal foul is going to go against Kell, and for Kell, that'll be his second personal foul. Caden Updegraff's going to have to come back in the ballgame. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Wildcat lead is 7, 21-14. It was close, and it is still close, obviously, but they led most of the way to start the first half of the first quarter. 5-second count is on. They finally do get it in. They have struggled to get the ball in against Oak Ridge's pressure, but they'll bring the ball down the floor. With it will come Corey Bohannon. Brings the ball, left extension, the free throw line, fires it right side to Hughes, and there's an offensive foul called against Pigeon Forge. All of a sudden, Mark, all the calls going against the Tigers.
Yeah, it is. But they did get one on Kel Slater down there for pushing. So, they're trying to get control of the physicality of this game, David.
Oak Ridge in the lead, 21-14, 6:40 to play here from Pigeon Forge High School. Hope you'll join us at Blankenship Field this coming Friday night as the Wildcats take on the South Doyle Cherokees in the semifinals of the state of Tennessee. The winner plays for the state championship in a week. Wildcats get it in. Jeremy Miller gets position, takes the shot, missed it. Tip back up, no good. Jeremy gets his own rebound back up, no good. Again pulled away by Miller. Jeremy then backs it up. A lot of contact, but no foul, and good no calls, actually, as the Wildcats, Kel Slater kicks it out. Jeremy, three-pointer, left corner, on its way, no good. A great rebound. Oak Ridge gets the shot. Oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but here comes the Tigers with it down the floor. There's a walk, no call. Here's a shot off the glass, good. Looked like a walk to me, but Bryson King gets the bucket, and it's a two-point game. 21-16 the score. We haven't had hardly any stoppage of play here.
No, this game's flying by, David, as we're going to just under 6 minutes remaining in the half.
Oak Ridge basketball, Kell shoots a three on its way, no good. Wildcat three-point shooting has not been good to start the season as they drive in for a shot, no good. A blocking foul is going to be called against Kell, and that's his third foul. A second foul. Thought earlier you signaled three. But that's okay. It's the 16 foul called against the Wildcats. The Wildcats don't have much depth. I see, looks like Brennan Scott down there. Wildcats also have one other guy dressed out. Flip Thompson not able to play. Odd free throw shooting style. Shot is up, and it is no good. Missed by Aiden Lacey of Pigeon Forge. 5:38 to play. We're in the second quarter. Wildcats substituting Caden Updegraff out of the ball game. Back to the free throw line will go Pigeon Forge. Wearing their all-white jerseys, orange and black. The Wildcats in their gray and white. Free throw is good. Wildcat lead is 4, 21-17. Down the floor with it will come Kel Slater to Jamison Updegraff. Around it goes Jeremy Miller. Look to the corner. Nobody there. Has to give it back out to Kel. Back to Jamison inside. They get 3-second lane violation. Got to watch it. Wildcats were in the lane for a while. Having to back it up. Here goes Lucas. Bounce pass. Nice play. Stafford missed a shot. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Oak Ridge ball. Wildcats pretty good teamwork between Jeremy Miller and Stafford Shanklin, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Great play there as they just kind of got it into kind of a mid-high post position for Jeremy Miller, and he just dropped it down to Shanklin. Shanklin was wide open. Unfortunately, when he went up, he just lost the handle on the ball. Jeremy Miller,
5-footer, too strong, no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. But the basketball will come number one for them. That'll be Bryson King. King against Jeremy Miller, pushed him over with his shoulder. He used his left shoulder to clear out and elbow to clear him out, and the blocking foul is called against Oak Ridge. 5:08 to play second quarter, 21-17 the score. Not a shooting violation. The extra should be. It's the 7th team foul, so they'll go to the free throw line with Bryson King. What has Bryson done here in the ball game for them? We think he has 7, and he goes to the free throw line. Good. 21-18 the score. The Wildcat lead was 7. They have scored 6 straight points since that time. 21-18 the score. Back to the free throw line will go the Pigeon Forge Tigers. And that is Bryson King. Second toss, no good. Stafford Shanklin of the Wildcats has the rebound down the floor, pushed it up to Slater. Slater to Jamison Updegraff into Stafford Shanklin. 3-footer is no good, but he draws a foul this time. And to the free throw line will go Stafford Shanklin. That'll be the 10th team foul called against Pigeon Forge, so the double bonus is in effect from here on out, the final 5 minutes of the second quarter. And Stafford Shanklin will go to the free throw line. He is 10 points in the ball game, 10 first half points, and he'll go to the free throw line. The lefty puts it up there short on his free throw. He'll have another one, though. 21-18 the score. And let's see, we got a little blood, I think, on Bryson King, and Bryson is going to have to check out of the contest. Official makes him leave, and Corey Bohannon will come in. Actually, no, I think he just didn't have his jersey tucked in. As Stafford Shanklin will go to the free throw line. Shot is good. Hit the second one. Wildcat scoring drought is broken there. It's a 4-point Wildcat lead. 22-18 the score. Bounce pass deflected. Saved away by the Tigers. They get the ball across the line in the right corner. It goes to Lacey. Lacey double team, fires it out and throws it out top of the circle. They'll drive in. Might have been a walk. Here's a shot. No good. Rebound and a foul called against Lucas Searcy. The good news is that's the 8th team foul against Oak Ridge. The good news, Lucas has not fouled out here in the first half.
Yeah, that's true. And that, as far as my calculations, that's his first.
So they'll go to the free throw line. It'll be number 25 for them. That'll be Blake Bowers. His free throw is up, and it is good. 22-18 the score, 4:46 to play. Second toss, first half, shot good. 3-point Wildcat lead. Here comes Oak Ridge wanting to run. Leading. Here's Oak Ridge. Jameson up to grab for three. No good. Rebounded. Lucas had it. Saved by Stafford. Stafford gets a layup. Blows it. Point blank bunny. Couldn't get it to go. Down the floor will come the Tigers. They'll drive all the way in. They throw the ball away. The Oak Ridge basketball. Stafford has got to hit those bunnies. I mean, he was right underneath the goal there. Elected not to use the glass, and sometimes that's not the wisest decision. But Stafford's had a pretty good first half, but that time just missed an easy one. Jameson with it. Out to the top it goes to Lucas Searcy. Comes cross court. Jameson up to Graft again. Finds Stafford. Held, but no call. Here's Lucas in the corner. Lucas Searcy drives in, and he is going to be fouled. Lucas Searcy will go to the free throw line. All of a sudden, Mark, it's become a foul fest here at Pigeon Forge. Both teams committing a lot of personal fouls. 22-20 the score. It'll be Lucas Searcy going to the free throw line. Oak Ridge in the lead by 2, 4:13 to play first half. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools, television channel 15. We're also, as I mentioned, on YouTube streaming at Prep Radio. Lucas's first shot good. Oak Ridge back up by 3. Lucas has his first point. Back to the line they go. Wildcats playing with, Jeremy Miller, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, Stafford Shanklin, along with Jameson Updegraft. Second toss, good. Lucas knocks it down. Oak Ridge by 4. Their biggest lead, I think, was 7, 21-14. Their basketball, 5-second count is on. They do get it in, though. And it comes to Valentine. Valentine loves the fact that he almost had the ball ticked out of his hands and lost. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. No, Pigeon Forge basketball. Nice little sweep action there by Kell, but he touched it last. It'll be Pigeon Forge ball right in front of Coach Green and the Wildcat bench. Fires it in, and it comes to number 20 in the corner, backs it up. They'll set it up once again to number 15. That's Bohannon, guarded by Updegraft. He's going to drive in, and there's a blocking foul called against Oak Ridge. That's a couple times he has used his forearm to clear out, but they haven't called that.
Yeah, he uses it both driving left. He'll when he drives left, he uses his left arm to push away, and when he drives right, he uses his right arm. So he likes that clearing bar out there.
And it's worked so far for them as the toss is up. Good. They drop it in with Corey Bohannon. He'll have another one. 3-point game, 24-21 the score. 3 minutes, 57 seconds to play in the second period. Back to the free throw line. Toss. Good. 2-point Oak Ridge lead. 24-22, the Wildcats running. Kel Slater down the floor to Jameson Updegraft for 3. No good. Wildcats struggling to shoot those threes. Here's Jeremy to Kell. Kell dribbles in. Oh, nice pass to Stafford Shanklin. Shot good. Wildcats work their magic inside. Good assist there by Oak Ridge, and Oak Ridge's lead is back to 4. 26-22, Pigeon Forge basketball. Here's a shot. Oh, good. They score. Dropped in by Keegan Rayfield. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge basketball. Lucas with it. Lucas, left side. Jameson up to grab for 3. He knocked one down. Jameson hits the shot after shot after shot after shot, and the twin knocks it down. Oak Ridge's lead is back to 5. 29-24 the score. They'll shoot a three. It's on its way. That's no good. Rebound, Jeremy Miller of the Wildcats. Push it up, Lucas Searcy. He dribbles it off his leg out of bounds. Pass led him just a little bit. He didn't have a whole lot of room to work underneath the goal, and the Wildcats turn the ball over. 29-24 Oak Ridge. Wildcats still without their football players, and Jonathan Milloway as well. 29-24 the score, 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Wildcats trying to win their second game of the year, shorthanded as they are. Wildcats still playing well. I mean, without their, who you would assume to be the starters returning from last year. In fact, all but one starter returns, but only one of them is out on the floor right now, and that is Jeremy Miller. 29-24, 2:42 to play. Oak Ridge's defense gone to a little zone there as they work the ball in. There is a walk. Good call. Travel called against number 15, Corey Bohannon. It'll give Oak Ridge the basketball. You talk about a fast game, and when we're all the way up here, that's a good thing, Mark.
Yeah, it is. I mean, as I told you, on the way up here, we'll spend more time in traffic than we will at the game.
Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, moving right to left, wearing their all gray jerseys. The Pigeon Forge Tigers wearing their white jerseys, orange and black. Oak Ridge ball, Stafford Shanklin, layup good. Somebody fell asleep defensively, and Stafford has 15 points here in the first half, and Oak Ridge leads 31-24. 2:18 to play second quarter. Bohannon with the basketball in the rear court. Throws the ball off the body of Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller out of bounds. It'll be the Tigers with the basketball in front of the Oak Ridge bench in front court. 2:13 to play first half, 31-24. And it looks like we have a timeout asked for by Coach Green. Take it with him. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett at the station. We'll be back in 30 seconds. David Clary, Marquez, John Oliver, Christian Roses, Rodriguez back here at Pigeon Forge. The Wildcats currently in the lead, 31-24, back to a 7-point lead, equaling their biggest lead of the night. 2:07 to play, and away from the ball, a shove and a push is going to be called against the Tiger. He comes out of his cage. Let's see, it'll be, was it number 20, Andrew Valentine, I believe, called with a personal foul. And number 6, Oak Ridge basketball down the floor. Here comes Jamison up to graph. 1:59 to play second quarter. 31-24 the score. Oak Ridge bounce pass. Here's Jamison. Kill Slater against the zone. Lobs the ball to Jeremy. Thought about going inside to Lucas. Harassed. Drives the baseline. Goes in. 6-footer. Rolls in good. That's a great little baseline drive by Jeremy Miller.
Yeah, it was. He got trapped underneath the backboard and just shifted to the right hand and got it around the backboard. Nice little one-handed shot.
Minute 34 to play first half, 33-24 Oak Ridge in the lead. Valentine with the basketball. Top of the circle. Lobs it right side. They'll drive in. Nearly lost the dribble. Saved on the floor. And then a reach-in foul. And a heck is going to be called against Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller, I believe. That'll be Jeremy's second personal foul. Minute 23 to play first half. Oak Ridge in the lead, 33-24, their biggest lead of the night. At the line will go Bryson King. King will go to line. That is the 10th team foul, so the double bonus is in effect. Free throw, hits the back end of the rim, no good. As I mentioned, double bonus, he'll have 2. 33-24 Oak Ridge. It was close after one, still close. That's 8 points in the game for Bryson. He has 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Second toss, this one's good. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor up by 8. Minute 22 to play here in the second quarter here at Pigeon Forge High School. Searcy, Jamison up to graph. Jeremy Miller, Stafford Shanklin, great ball movement. Jeremy just came trotting down the line. Stafford is set up on the left block. An easy bounce pass and an easy 2 points.
It really was. Great pass there by Miller, as Shanklin now has 17 points in the ballgame.
It's getting close already to his career high, which was set against Kingston. Oak Ridge by 10, 35-25 the score. Minute 3 to play here in the second period. It'll be ball knocked out by Jamison up to graph. It'll be Pigeon Forge ball. They'll try to work the ball in. Yet to do it. Now they do. Pass intercepted by Lucas Searcy to Miller. Jeremy Miller, coast to coast. He's going to drive to the hole. Finger rolls it up there and good. Jeremy Miller drops it in, and Oak Ridge leads by 12. 37-25 the score. 52 seconds to play first half. Here comes the Tigers with the basketball. Rayfield bounce pass left corner. They work the ball to Valentine. Long three. Brick, no good. They get the rebound. Back up with the shot, no good. Stafford Shanklin on the rebound to Jeremy Miller. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Jeremy breaks through the defense, takes it all the way to the hole. Goes inside to Kel Slater, goes in, no good. Stafford picks it up, drops it up, no good. Rebound to the Wildcats. Kel has it. Jump ball is called. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Tigers. 23.9 seconds to play. Oak Ridge on top, 37-25. Second quarter action here at Pigeon Forge High School. Tiger ball. They'll be moving left to right here to work the ball in for them. Will be number 10. That's Aiden Lacey. Lacey looks and gets it in. And it comes to Rayfield. Needs to be picked up defensively. Is by Lucas. No look pass. Right side goes off to King. King along the baseline. Kicks the ball back out. Saving the ball will come Lacey. Lost the ball. Picks it up. Grabbed on the floor. Here comes Oak Ridge. The Wildcats are going to get a layup. Here it is. No good. Personal foul will be called against number 4, Keegan Rayfield. And that'll send Oak Ridge to the free throw line, leading 37-25 with 8.1 second to play here in the first half. And at the line will go Jamison Updegraff.
Jamison in the ballgame, Dave, has 3 points. This will be his first attempt from the free throw line. He is 1 of 3 from beyond the three-point line.
Free throw is good. The Wildcats have their biggest lead. 13-point Wildcat advantage, 38-25. Jeremy Miller is going to take a seat. The Wildcats playing with Jamison Updegraff, his twin brother Caden Updegraff, Stafford Shanklin, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy. 8 seconds to play. First half, second toss, good. Wildcat lead is 14, 39-25 the score, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Wildcats need to pick up King. He's going to launch a three. It's up. It's an air ball out of bounds as the first half comes to a close. So a good, in particular, second quarter for the Wildcats. They lead it 39-25. Before you do all the stats there, Mark, your thoughts on the first half?
I thought the Pigeon Forge really came out on fire. I mean, they came out and immediately hit a three. Could kind of set the pace early for Pigeon Forge, but the Wildcats kind of clawed back. I mean, the Wildcats were winning at the end of the first quarter, 18-14, but they were losing most of the first quarter. So great job by the Wildcats to stay in it and just work the system that Coach Green has for them, and they were able to get a lead, and they have not relinquished the lead since.
Why don't we take a break here? We are on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're on YouTube. Streaming at Prep Radio. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We're going to take a break. We're going to send it back to Brian Bennett. Oak Ridge in the lead, 39-25. We'll be back to Pigeon Forge High School. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Sevier County. Wildcats on top, 39-25. And we'll be back to Pigeon Forge in 3 minutes. David Clary along with John Oliver, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Mark Hayes, Brian Bennett back here at Pigeon Forge High School, where we have reached halftime and the Wildcats hold a 39-25 lead. The Wildcats started out slow, fell behind by as many as, I think, 5 early to start the ball game, but the Wildcats started to play better defense, started getting the ball inside, hit some shots down the stretch, got some steals on defense using their press, picked up a lot of fouls. Pigeon Forge did, Oak Ridge did as well, but the Wildcats took advantage of that, hit some free throws down the stretch, and now have a comfortable 14-point lead at the halfway mark, 39-25. I want to remind everybody that this coming Friday, the Wildcat football team will be in action again in the state semifinals, Final Four in the state. There's only 4 teams playing in the state of Tennessee in our classification. Oak Ridge will be hosting South Doyle, 7 o'clock at Blankenship Field. The other game, Henry County taking on Summit. Summit was the state runner-up a year ago, and they'll be taking on Henry County out of Paris, Tennessee. Henry County, of course, a place where Coach Gaddis went to coach after he left Oak Ridge, after another stop or so in between. But so they would be, if Oak Ridge can win, and obviously very steep hill to climb on Friday against South Doyle, Clark Duncan's South Doyle Cherokees and their fine running back, the Wildcats will get a chance to play in the state championship in Cookeville at Tennessee Tech a week from this Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern time against either Summit or Henry County. But it's got to beat South Doyle to get that far. And South Doyle, like Oak Ridge, has 10 wins on the year. And I think the game that kind of stands out to me most is the Powell ball game with South Doyle. They scored 40 points on the Powell Panthers in that game, giving up 48. But they're a good team. And anybody who thinks that the state, championship game was won at West, that's not the truth. Wildcats have got to beat South Doyle or their season comes to a close at Blankenship Field, and that'll be coming up this Friday. Wildcats 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air at 6:30. Mark, I believe, is about done with the first half statistics. Oak Ridge leads by a score of 39-25. Here come the Wildcats out of the dressing room. Wildcats still playing shorthanded, but still playing hard, still playing well against really good teams. This Pigeon Forge team is very good. I mean, they're very fundamentally sound. They play really good basketball, team basketball. They shoot the ball real well. Maybe not quite as athletic, but they are athletic. I mean, it's a good team, and the Wildcats will have to play a good, solid 16 minutes to come away with a victory. I'm stalling just a little bit for Mark to finish the stats here for a second as he uses my reading glasses. I really don't need those reading glasses. My eyes are really, really, really pretty good at age 29. Well, Mark says he's going to keep them. Well, maybe I'll just hold on to them a little bit. We have about 2.5 minutes. I hesitate to take a break. Mark, do you want me to take a quick break here? Let's take a break here. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back with a quick look at the stats in 60 seconds. David Clary back here along with Mark Hayes. John Oliver's with us here. Christian Rosas Rodriguez. Got about a minute before we start the second half. Mark's such an engineer. He has to get the math completely right before he runs down the scoring. So he'll have less than a minute to run down the scoring, but he'll have those percentages right, that's for sure, as the two teams get ready. Mark?
Thank you very much, David. First for the Wildcats, they're led by Stafford Shanklin. He has 17 points in the ballgame, 7 of 13 from the field, one of those from beyond the three-point line, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Also in double figures, Jeremy Miller has 11. He's 4 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Kel Slater's added 4 points for the Wildcats. He's 1 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Jamison Updegraff has 5 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and then Lucas Searcy has 2 points. He's 2 of 2 from the line. As a team, the Wildcats are 13 of 34 from the field, 11 of 27 from two-point land, 2 of 7 from three-point land, and they're 11 of 14 from the free throw line. So a good night from the free throw line for the Wildcats. Looking at the scoring for Pigeon Forge, Bryson King has 9 points. Keegan Rayfield has 5. Tanner Robinson with 2. Mason Schultz with 1. Actually 2. Aiden Lacey has 1. Caleb Hughes has 2. Corey Bohannon with 2. And Blake Bowers with 2. David?
Thanks a lot, Mark. Here we go. The second half just underway. 7:59 to play. 39-25. Oak Ridge gets the basketball first. Coming out with Kel Slater inside Jeremy Miller, who drives in for a layup and finger rolls it up. Actually, kind of jumped it up there from about 2 feet out. The Wildcat lead is 41-25. Here come the Pigeon Forge Tigers down the floor against Oak Ridge's pressure, which has been stifling all night. They'll bring the ball to the midcourt line. They get the ball across the line with a pass to Hughes. They work the ball right corner for 3. It's short. Hits the rim, no good. Rebound, Pigeon Forge. Back to the top of the circle, he goes to King. Bryson King swings the ball right side to Hughes. Hughes inside the circle, backs it up once again. They drive with King, kicks the ball right corner, around to the top for a 3. It's on its way, it's up. It's good. 3-point shot made good by Tanner Robinson. And Oak Ridge's lead is 41-28. 7:10 to play third period, and that's, I believe, his first shot.
Yeah, well, actually, yes, it is, David.
Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats' Lucas Searcy launches a 3. It's on target. Good. 3-point shot for Lucas. And the Wildcat lead is back up to 44-28. The Wildcats, with their biggest lead, equaled. Here they come down the floor with the basketball. Bryson King. They set it inside number 25. Lost his dribble. Steal by Jeremy for a second. Saved on the floor by Bryson King. King along the baseline. They drive in. Good defense. Lucas blocked by Jamison Updegraff. They still get the shot up. Good. They score inside. And it's a 14-point Wildcat lead. 44-30 the score. This is a really good Pigeon Forge team.
It really is. I like the fast pace of it, David. Just up and down the court. Just very enjoyable to watch.
Wildcats are going to turn the ball over. The pass from one of the Updegraffs goes a little bit high over the top of Lucas Searcy out of bounds. It'll be their basketball coming down the floor. 44-30 is our score. Once again, here comes Pigeon Forge. 44-30, the Wildcats by 14. One thing we've seen in these games when the Wildcats have been shorthanded has been as a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Pushing the Wildcats out of bounds. Coach Green not happy. What I was going to say is fatigue begins to set in just a little bit. The Wildcats have a 14-point lead. They had a 17-point lead the other night and had to hold on to win.
Yeah, I mean, they just they really struggled the other night, David. But they, again, they stuck with the floor plan and were able to come up with a win.
Yeah, honestly, the good thing is they worked the ball in. Here's the shot, partially rejected, rebounded. Stafford had it and knocked out by Pigeon Forge. We've been saying this through this is our third ball game, and we have some good players out there, obviously, and some of them might get spot starts, but for the most part, we're missing Jonathan Milloway, Preston Turner, Jonathan Stewart, 3 guys that started last year. They're not with the team right now because of football and other reasons, so the Wildcats are getting a lot of good experience with these young guys. Missed shot by Oak Ridge. Stafford Shanklin missed it. Rebound and deflected. Saved by the Tigers. They're going to drive in. Pull up, shoot, no good. Rebound, Kel Slater. Kel with the Wildcat and the Wildcats down the floor. Kel's going to bring it coast to coast. He's going to split the defense. He missed the layup. Lucas Searcy on the rebound. 1 dribble, 1 shot, 2 points. Lucas Searcy. That's a great rebound and put back by Lucas, and the Wildcat lead is back to 16.
Yeah, it really was. Credit him for getting up and down the court there, David. Because Kel Slater's very fast, and Lucas Searcy's right behind him.
46-30 Wildcats, 5:19 to play third quarter. They drive in for a shot. Hits the rim. Off the glass it goes is good. They score with number 1 for them, Bryson King, and down the floor will come Oak Ridge. 46-32, the Wildcats by 14. Oak Ridge ball. Jeremy Miller, 3-footer, banks it in good. Wildcat leads 16 again. The Wildcats and Tigers trading baskets back and forth, and when you're up by 16, I don't think that's what the Tigers really want to do.
No, it's not. It really isn't, David. It's Jeremy Miller now with 15 points in the ballgame.
Here come the Tigers setting their offense in the paint. Good defense by Lucas. They stop the penetration in the paint. 4:42 to play. They'll kick it to the right corner. They get a 3 off. It's up. It's short. Wildcats, Stafford Shanklin blocks the shot but commits the foul doing so. 4:36 to play. Third quarter action here at Pigeon Forge High School. 16-point Wildcat lead. 48-32 the score. 4:36 to play here in the third period, and they'll go to the free throw line. 2 shots for Stafford Shanklin. That'll be his third personal foul. Like I said, the Wildcats can ill afford to get into foul trouble. Free throw is missed, though. Wildcats getting Caden up to Graft in the ball game. Stafford is going to take a seat on the Oak Ridge bench. The Wildcats don't have but really 3 reserves able to go, and 2 of them, one of them's a sophomore, one of them's a freshman. Toss on his way up there, missed them both. Lucas Searcy on the rebound to Cale Slater. Cale down the floor, splits the defense, goes in. Charge is going to be called, and then the official is knocked down. He tried to get animated, and he got blasted for his good work. He was about to make a very definitive call, but one of the Tigers came down and just leveled him.
Nice play by the linebacker there, David. That was a great way to step up and take that one.
4.5 minutes to play. They go with a home run pass. Intercepted by Oak Ridge. Pulled down by Jamison up to Graff. Jamison to Lucas. Lucas Searcy for 3. It's good. 3-point shot. Lucas Searcy. And the Wildcat lead is 19. 51-32 the score. 4:17 to play. And Lucas now has 10. His best game this season. 4:12 to play here in the third quarter. 51-32 the score. With the basketball, Robinson drives in. Shot no good. Jeremy Miller with the rebound. Jeremy drives in. Jeremy fakes, goes in, fouled, count the bucket. He'll go to the free throw line as the foul is called against Keegan Rayfield. The Wildcats count the bucket. A little bit of continuation perhaps, but the Wildcats will go to the free throw line with Jeremy Miller. Jeremy has
17 points, David.
4 minutes to play third quarter. Oak Ridge leads 21 and holding. Shot no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. Then Jeremy commits a foul, and there's a travel as Wildcats get it on a turnover. Anytime Jeremy does something out of frustration, like he came charging down the floor to defend this guy, and he might have shoved him, and it caused him to lose control, and the Tiger, that is, he fell down. He went sliding, and the Wildcats get it on their turnover.
Yeah, they do. They get it side court, David, as Jeremy Miller inbounds the ball to Cale Slater.
53-32 Wildcats. We only have one game today. The girls did not play as Jeremy shoots in the paint. No good. In and out. Rebounded by the Tigers of Pigeon Forge. With the basketball, Corey Bohannon. Bohannon lobs it down the low, and it's going to be intercepted by Caden. Caden Miller. We might have a dunk. Jeremy Miller. Two-hand stuff by the Wildcats as Jeremy goes in and drops it in. 3.5 minutes to play. Timeout is asked for. We'll take it with them. Oak Ridge on top, 55-32, and we'll be back. I think we just got a technical on Pigeon Forge. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Pigeon Forge High School. Oak Ridge on top, 55-32. 3 minutes, 31 seconds to play third quarter. Two-shot foul. Actually hit the bucket. They counted it, so it's going to be the one and the technical as Jeremy goes to the free throw line. Tosses up there, no good. Jeremy Miller back to the free throw line. Senior, Wildcat. Hard to believe. Came in this season with over 700 career points. He'll hit 1,000 this year. Second toss is good. And it'll be Oak Ridge getting his substitutes into the ball game. Brennan Scott comes into the ball game for the Wildcats. Back to the free throw line will go the Wildcats. Coach Green, it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Here goes Kel Slater. Lucas Searcy works the ball, right corner to Comer, I believe. He works the ball. The ball is knocked out by the Tigers. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to play. Oak Ridge basketball. Here it goes once again to Kel Slater. Around to Lucas Searcy. Three-pointer on its way. Good. Three-point shot for Lucas Searcy. And Oak Ridge pulling away here. 59-32 over the Tigers of Pigeon Forge. They bring the ball down the floor. They get a three off. It's short. Rebound. Kel Slater snatches it away. Pushes it up to Lucas. Lucas drives in. Finger rolls it in. Good. Lucas Searcy with a fast break bucket. And now I believe it is the Tigers who are getting tired as they work the ball down the floor. They'll drive inside. Here's a shot off the glass. No good. A little bit rushed. Rebounded by Kel Slater. 2:49 to play third quarter. It's all Oak Ridge. 61-32 the score. Oak Ridge ball. Scott with it to Searcy. Works the ball. Ronnie Scott's son. Pulls up. Shoots. And knocked down. The freshman scores his first 2 points as a Wildcat, and I know Papa Scott's got to be happy.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if you could see behind that mask he's wearing, he's smiling ear to ear.
Here's a three-point shot, missed, rebounded by Jeremy Miller. Oak Ridge on top, 63-32. Jeremy once again to Scott, three-pointer, left corner. This one's no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. Across the way it goes to number 25. They'll set it up. Wildcats all over Pigeon Forge right now. It's 63-32, and they just continue to fire up shots, and they continue to miss them. Scott's got to have another opportunity. Nope, he'll back it up Lucas. Lucas is going to launch a three. He knocks it down. I believe that's his fourth three of the ball game, and Oak Ridge starting to rout the Tigers here. 66-32 the score. They get a layup. It's good, and a timeout is asked for by Pigeon Forge. Minute 48 to play third quarter, 66-34 our score. The Wildcats in the lead. We'll take a break. We'll send it back once again. We'll be back to Pigeon Forge High School following this 60-second timeout. Welcome back once again to Pigeon Forge High School. 66-34, the Wildcats in the lead. A minute 43 to play. A dominating third quarter here, Mark.
Yeah, it really is. Wildcats getting, like you said, a freshman and a sophomore in the game already. So great job by the Wildcats. As Shanklin goes in for a dunk, unsuccessful. Tries to get his own rebound, but does not.
Wildcats go right back to Stafford. He goes in for the shot, and that is going to be a blocking foul called against the Tigers, and that'll send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. 66-34 the score. This game was close to the first few moments of the first quarter, and the Wildcats have steadily built their lead.
Yeah, I mean, they just, very methodically, as you said, David, just kind of really chomped away at it. As I said earlier, we came out, Pigeon Forge hit a three right off the bat, kind of set the pace, and then the Wildcats were kind of behind the eight ball there for the first half of the first quarter, but were able to chomp away at the lead and get it ultimately.
We are streaming on YouTube tonight here on YouTube at Prep Radio. As Stafford's first shot was good, second toss good. Oak Ridge on top, 68-34. A minute 24 to play, third quarter. The Wildcats trying to win their second game of the year. Their next ball game will be a week from tonight when they take on the Halls Red Devils at Halls High School. The Friday ball game, originally scheduled for that week, has been canceled as they put up a shot good. Pigeon Forge does. That game has been rescheduled to December the 22nd. 68-36, all Oak Ridge here. A minute to play, third period. The Wildcats playing with the up-to-grafts in the ballgame. Bryson Comer, shot no good. Stafford Shanklin on the rebound. Little 5-footer on the baseline, no good. Little shot happy right there. Might have gone in. It wasn't a bad look for him, but kind of rushed it just a bit. 68-36 the score. With the basketball will come the Tigers. They get a shot up. Good. They score off the glass with number 25, Blake Bowers, and Oak Ridge's lead is 30. 68-38 the score. 36 seconds to play third quarter. Here comes Caden up to grab for three. It's up no good. And down the floor will come the Tigers. 28 seconds to play. The Central Lady Bobcats exiting the gym here today as the Tigers shoot a three. It's going to be a little strong. No good. Rebound to Caden Updegraft. Caden's got the ball coming down the floor with 15 seconds to play. Has a three-pointer if he wants it. Backs it up with 12. 68-38 Oak Ridge. Brennan Scott with the basketball. Dribbles around a screen by Comer. Lost the ball. Grabbed on the floor. Picked up by the Tigers. They get a layup. No good. But he's fouled. Stopped the layup, did Caden Updegraft, but they'll shoot free throws here with no time on the clock in the third quarter. It's all Oak Ridge, 68-38 the score. Our next broadcast will be Friday, the football game, as Oak Ridge takes on South Doyle. Our next basketball broadcast will be next Tuesday, as I mentioned, at Halls. Free throw is up, good. And then the Wildcats will have a couple of home games in mid-December against Carnes and Clinton. Wildcat boys are going to be going to the Arby's Classic. Girls will be going to Greenville once again. The guys and girls are also going to be playing in the 5-Star Prep Classic at Farragut. And it'll be, the second toss was up, and it was no good. So we have played 3 quarters of basketball. We appreciate our sponsors here on our streaming video tonight on YouTube and on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, Mortgage Investors Group, the Oak Ridge Utility District, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, along with Ortho Tennessee and Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge. 68-39, the fourth and final quarter is about to get underway here. It'll be the Tigers basketball side court. To work the ball in for them will be Blake Bowers. The Wildcats currently playing with Jamison Updegraft, along with Kel Slater, Stafford Shanklin, Lucas Searcy, Jeremy Miller, the original starting 5. With the basketball, Tanner Robinson. Around to the right side it goes. Wildcats in the lead, 68-39. Tiger basketball, number 3, Tanner Robinson. Holds the ball, deflected, saved on the floor, then stolen away by Lucas. Here comes a dunk. Jeremy Miller's going to go right in with another two-hand stuff. Jeremy Miller with another dunk here at Pigeon Forge High School, and the Wildcats lead it by a score of 70-39. 2 dunks for Jeremy.
Very impressive. The first one was kind of rushed. He had more time on that one. Very pretty two-hand dunk both times by Jeremy Miller.
7:10 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge in the lead, 70-39. Their basketball. Cross court it goes. Number 3. That's Tanner Robinson, turning, spinning, driving, throws it up there. Good. Left-handed shot. Pretty shot by the Tigers. And the Wildcat lead is 70-41. They started out on fire, did the Tigers, but the Wildcats have steadily built up their lead using their defense. I'm kind of amused by the social distancing as Lucas goes in the paint, puts up a shot. Good. Lucas Searcy is on fire here tonight. 20 points in the ball game. Career high for him. 72-41. You know, when the football guys come back, it's going to be hard to get some of these guys out of the lineup.
Yeah, it will be, David, because, I mean, we're going to, we always talk about the physicality of it and what kind of shape that they're in. But, these guys are doing well. These guys, they're in good shape now. And, it's going to take the football guys a little bit of time to get back in the groove.
Oak Ridge basketball leading 72-44 after they launch a 3. Kell puts up a shot, no good. Stafford battles for the rebound. Is still on the floor, picked up by the Tigers. 72-44 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats have only played Pigeon Forge on one other occasion. That was last year on this floor, and the Wildcats won by a similar score here as it is right now. 5:58 to play. They launch it up there. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Tigers. Oh, nice move. They drive in. Fake. Shot. Good. Off the glass. Goes number 20, Andrew Valentine. And Oak Ridge's lead is 72-46. 5:40 to play in the ball game. It's just pad the stats game right now as Kel Slater drives in. and draws a foul and will go to the free throw line. Mark, it looks like the Wildcats will head to the Thanksgiving break with a victory here tonight over Pigeon Forge, a good Pigeon Forge team, which I think will be really good in their division.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I've been impressed with all the teams that Oak Ridge has played already. Kingston was a very fine team. As Kel Slater's first shot's up and it's good, he now has 5 points in the ball game. And then they played Morristown East, which was another good game. So, you know, a lot of quality basketball early on for the Wildcats.
You mentioned that Morristown East knocked off the Maryville Rebels last night. I believe at Maryville, to be honest with you. 5:36 to play. Second toss, good. Kel knocks him down. Here comes Mr. Scott once again into the ball game, looking for his mother. Obviously, his dad's on the bench there. And, yeah, she's here, and she's got her phone and camera out, and I don't blame her.
I don't either. There's nothing like a proud parent, David. I've been there, so, you know, hats off to the Scotts family. I love this for them.
5:23 to play here in the ball game. 74-46. Wildcats in the lead. Their basketball. Tanner Robinson drives in, turns, spins, might have walked. He did. Travel called against the Pigeon Forge Tigers. What do you think of this gym? I like it. I mean, the colors kind of remind me of Powell a little bit. They've got a beautiful mural painting on one of their walls over here, and yeah, I did every bit of that. I got up there on the ladder and I painted it. It took me years and years to do it, but just a beautiful gym here.
It really is. Nice gym here. I wouldn't be surprised if Dolly Parton doesn't give money. I mean, she gives so much money to all the schools around here. I wouldn't be surprised if she participated in some of the funding here.
Stafford Shanklin misses one on the right block. Rebounded by the Tigers. 4:57 to play. They get a layup down the floor. No good. Rebounded by Comer. Bryson Comer with it. Kicks the ball down the left side. Here it goes once again. Caden up to Graft. Around it goes to Scott. Brendan looks into Stafford. The freshman backs up with his dribble. There comes Comer. Comer head fakes. Pulls up. Might get a bucket. It's on its way. Just a little short. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. 4:38 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 74-46. Coach Green will be up to talk to me after the ball game. We'll have Mark's statistics. I don't know. John will probably do something. I don't know what he'll do, but hopefully he will. As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, 74-46. Their basketball. Driving in. Shot is on its way. Good. Foul call, I believe, against Comer. And that'll be the case, and that'll send the Tigers to the free throw line. 74-48. Thanks for tuning us in on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming live on the internet at Prep Radio. We'll try to do as many away games as we can. It's hard. Sometimes we don't get great signals. We understand today's actually doing pretty well. I just jinxed us. 74-49 the score. Oak Ridge basketball, 4:18 to play. Wildcats, Brennan Scott for three, no good. Rebound to the, was it Stafford who took the shot? I'm sorry. My apologies to him, to Stafford. I was actually looking at the clock, and hopefully this one will go a little quicker as they work the ball down for another spinning 5-footer. It's in and out, no good. Rebounded, I know who that one is. That's Stafford Shanklin. He's got the ball. I see it. You've got my glasses, Mark. What do you expect? As the Wildcats pull up, shoot, good. I believe that was Stafford Shanklin who knocked it in. 3:44 to play in the ballgame. 76-49, the Wildcats in the lead. With the basketball, Tanner Robinson. Robinson right side, Bohannon. He works the ball down low, kicks it in the corner. Here it goes to Andrew Valentine. Stops, looks, no place to go. Holds it, swings it over to his right. Over it goes to Robinson. Robinson pulls up, shoots off the glass. No good. Big rebound by Stafford Shanklin. Shanklin brings the ball down the floor. 76-49 the score. That is Scott out there. Brennan Scott with the basketball. Works it over to Caden Updegraft. Caden with the top of the key. Holding it. Got a screen, and then a double dribble is going to be called against Caden. 3:08 to play in the ball game, 76-49. After the first quarter, it's been all Oak Ridge, Mark.
Yeah, it really has, David. We led by 4 points at the end of the first quarter and just widened the gap ever since.
We are live on YouTube. We're live on FM. We're live on Channel 15. We're live on prepradio.com here from Pigeon Forge High School. Their basketball, 2:57 to play, 76-49. The Wildcats in the lead. I don't know who's playing after this one as they put up a shot. Good. Another girls' game as the shot is up good by Aiden Lacey. 76-52 is our score. Down the floor, Lucas Searcy's shot is a little short. I think the Wildcats are starting to get a little bit tired here as they work the ball down the floor to the Tigers. With it will come Rayfield. His shot is no good. Rebound to Oak Ridge, and then a travel is going to be called. A couple Wildcats, they call that a lot, but I didn't really agree with it. They both were there pulling down the ball, and they call a travel on that. Not exactly sure that actually took place, but we'll go with it. There's only 2.5 minutes to go. Tiger ball, they work it in. And it comes to Caleb Hughes. To the top of the circle, it goes to Valentine. Around the wing, inside, they work the ball to the left block. A little hook shot, good. They score inside by Caleb Hughes, and Oak Ridge's lead is 76-54. Brennan Scott with the basketball. Drives the baseline, fires a pass, intending it for Comer. Too hard. Intercepted. Taken on the floor by the Tigers. 2:07 to play. Another shot off the glass, good. And they've cut it to 20. 76-56 the score. The Wildcats down the floor. But even the younger guys are getting a chance to play, so I'm sure Coach Green won't be upset at all.
No, I mean, as we said earlier, David, we only had 2 people on the bench today, and Flip was the third, but he's in a boot, so he can't get in. Scott gets another 2 points. He got 4 on the night.
So the freshman knocks it in, and they're about to have some mass substitutions coming into the ball game, including Ben Archer comes into the ball game. Holt Hensley is in the ball game. See if I've got everybody here. Looks like number 13 as well. That is Trey Bohannon. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 1:39 to play. 78-56, the Wildcats in the lead. John Oliver doing camera work. Christian Rosas Rodriguez as well. Brian Bennett back at the studios of FM 92.7. 1 game only. The girls are not playing tonight as the shot is up good. A lot of offense in this one. 78-58, a 20-point lead for Oak Ridge. 1:19 to play, so the Wildcats will win their second game of the year in about 1:13. Caden Updegraff. Lucas Searcy out of his hands, taken away. Here come the Tigers down the floor with the basketball. It is starting to get a little bit sloppy, so I might have spoken a little bit too soon about Coach Green being happy. They work the ball top of the circle. Here comes Ben Archer. Drives against Scott. Stops on the block. Gives it up in the corner to Bohannon, who swings it out to the top of the circle to Lacey, who nearly lost the ball. Saved on the floor once again by Whaley. Whaley drives in. Shoots no good. Rebound, Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats push it up to Jamison Updegraff on the right block. Shoots from there. No good. But he does draw the foul, and Jamison Updegraff will go to the free throw line. 40.1 second to play in the game. 78-58. 20-point Wildcat lead as Jamison Updegraff goes to the line.
Updegraff in the ballgame, David. He had 5 points at the half. This will be his first attempt for the second half is up and good. He now has 6 points in the ballgame. He's perfect from the free throw line. He's 3 of 3.
40 seconds to play here. 79-58 Oak Ridge. Jamison back to the line. Puts it up there. The junior knocks it down. Here comes Oak Ridge back the other way. 80-58. The Wildcats in the lead, headed for their second win of the year. Here comes the Tigers. Dribbling it will come Aiden Lacey. Holds the ball, nearly throws the ball away. Ball's loose on the floor and stolen. Stolen away by Comer. Bryson Comer with the basketball. The Jefferson product kicks it out to Brennan Scott for 3. Good! 3-point shot for the freshman. Just like his daddy used to do back in the 80s. 17 seconds to play. 83-58 the score. Here's a steal for a second. Saved by the Tigers. They work the ball to Bohannon. Bohannon swings the ball right side. Whaley. Whaley cannot shoot with 7. Throws the ball away. Intercepted by Scott. Brennan Scott will not take a shot, and the Wildcats win. Oak Ridge has defeated the Tigers of Pigeon Forge High School by a final score of 83-58. That is your final score here from Pigeon Forge High School. Really nice game for the Wildcats. They look so much better, Mark, than they did back in that first ball game against Kingston. Of course, they had just found out the day, just a week's time. They found out that the day before that Jonathan Milloway would not be playing for a little while. Hopefully next Tuesday he'll get back in the action. So they hadn't really practiced with the current people they had, and they struggled against a really, really good basketball team. But the Wildcats actually come here, play very solid defense, shot the ball well, did a lot of good things, and they win the ball game. And we're going to take a break here. We're going to send it off to Brian Bennett. Coach Green will be up to talk to me. Mark is going to tabulate the final statistics here. Oak Ridge wins. They beat Pigeon Forge. And you're listening to the game live on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15, streaming live on YouTube at Prep Radio. We will be back to Pigeon Forge High School with our postgame show following this 3-minute timeout. Welcome back once again to Pigeon Forge High School. David Clary along with Mark Hayes, John Oliver, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Brian Bennett, our engineer back at the station. Oak Ridge victorious tonight here on the road at Pigeon Forge High School. And in a moment we'll be speaking to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Aaron Green, about this victory. And he's on his way up right now. Received the stat book from his mother, who actually does his stats. Mark does my stats. I like to see who's our best. Mark does scoring. She does about everything. I mean, she does things like assists and rebounds, and let's get Coach Green down here. And first off, good to see you, Coach. Congratulations on the win. Just a week ago, you were playing a really good Kingston team at our place, and I thought you didn't play your best basketball, but you had one day to practice without your big guy inside. You still don't have your football players. It's a world of difference for a 1 week's time. Your team, plays solid. Although these are guys getting great experience here. Played some really solid basketball tonight. Free throw shooting was phenomenal tonight. I mean, almost just lights out. You played good, solid defense most of the way. You rebounded for the most part. You took better shots. I thought your shot selection was better in this one. And overall, just a good win against a really fundamentally sound team.
Yeah, it's a good win. I think I think we have made some strides. I think, like we said the last game, moving Stafford to the 5 and Jeremy back to the 4. I think when we played Kingston, I tried to play Lucas at the 5. Of course, we had 10 hours for that game when we found out Millway couldn't go. But we've made some strides the last week. I thought tonight, Stafford had a quiet 21. I didn't realize he had that many. He probably should have had 30. He missed several, but Lucas had 20. I thought that's what Lucas is capable of doing. He kind of broke it open for us there in the second half, had 4 threes in the third quarter. So, and then Jeremy basically had 22 in 3 quarters. So, I didn't think we played, of course, me, David, I'm never going to be totally happy. But, we had some mistakes defensively that was kind of frustrating. But and this is the first time in our 3 games we played that we've seen zone. Both 2 times we've played has been man-to-man. So I thought the first time we see it would be a little bit stagnant. I thought the first quarter it wasn't at our pace at all. And sometimes zones can do that, but we wasn't getting no stops. The first quarter, every time I turned around, they was scoring, so we're having to take it out on a made basket and just couldn't really get it to our pace. Our press wasn't very effective. But overall, good win. I mean, this is a team that that plays hard. They're fundamentally sound, and I'm just glad we got a game in, David. I mean, we didn't get to go to Nashville, so I'm just grateful and thankful for the opportunity to play at this point.
Yeah, how did that work out? I know Coach Norris had set up a site, or somebody had set up a site where you could look at games. Is that how you did it, or did you just call him?
Well, as far as the cancellation, it wasn't really playing the games in Nashville. It was just to travel and stay in a hotel. Since our school went virtual, it's really kind of a risky move to go all the way to Nashville and do that. So I wasn't really discouraged that we didn't get to go, just from a standpoint of we got district play starting next week. So I was fine with it, and this is where we came last year to play, and I didn't want to play we would have played Monday and Tuesday, but Morristown East was the other team, so we just got through playing them, so I didn't want to have to play them again. So really just getting a game in was good. I don't care who it was against at this point. Just being able to play a game and not have a big gap between now and your first district game next week.
Coach, I noticed that Morristown East beat Maryville. I know it's a young Maryville team. They lost a lot. They're in the football season as well. So you've had good competition. Your 3 ball games have been against really good teams. Kingston, really, really good. Good guard player for Morristown East. And this team I thought was fundamentally sound. So the fact, like you said, at least you're getting a chance to play, and they've been decent teams for the most part against your young guys.
Yeah, Morristown East was a good win. I mean, Maryville's got 4 of their starters. I think they got maybe their 5th guy still in football, but he's got a nucleus of his guys there. He doesn't have everybody there. He's missing a few subs, but Morristown East, they went and almost beat East Hamilton with their whole team. They lost by 4. So that was a heck of a win for us, and be honest with you, I'm not sure, going into that game if how confident I was we could. I thought we could, but not really. Some of the inexperience we had against a veteran team like that. That's a good win for us, and like I said, Pigeon Forge was fundamentally sound, and it's been a good 3 games. Right now we've only missed 1 game that we're supposed to play, so that was supposed to play 2 in Nashville, so we're 1 short. As most people know, I guess our Campbell County game next Friday is already having to be postponed, so I'm trying to get something on Thursday, anticipating the football team winning and play a game on Thursday instead of Friday, but haven't been able to work that out yet, but I'm trying.
Coach, you have Halls next Tuesday. As you said, that's a region or district ball game. Will Jonathan be back for that ball game?
Yes, but Millway will be back on Thursday, Thanksgiving. So we're not practicing on Thanksgiving. So we practice Friday morning at 9 a.m. He'll be there. So that's good. It gives us obviously one of our better players, but it gives us another body. But he'll be back on Friday, and Lord willing, with no craziness happen. Of course, it's hour to hour, David. I mean, you never know. This is really our first road trip, and it kind of registers with you when you're coming in and they're checking temperatures. If you've got 2 guys that have a little bit of a temperature, whether they're sick or not, I said if we had more than 3, we'd have to go home. So it's it's just crazy. I mean, we checked their temperature, before we left, but I don't know if you have a hot chocolate or a cup of coffee on the way up here. Who knows?
So did you have somebody that it couldn't go?
No, we didn't have anybody, but this is the first road trip, so it kind of makes you realize the reality of what you're in here, and so it's just crazy. I mean, it could change tomorrow. So once we get everybody here, I won't feel quite as nervous because we got some depth. But it's frustrating, man, all across the country for every coach. I mean, I know Coach Gaddis. I can't imagine how he's feeling right now. I mean, it could change in an hour, 2 hours. That's just like Milway's situation. We had practice on Monday, getting ready for our first game. Anticipation, didn't get to play in the state tournament last year, and then get a call that, that. I mean, it's just craziness, but everybody's having to deal with it. We just got to be smart, and other guys are going to have to be ready to play. And like I said, it can change from one day to the next.
Coach, just your final comments on this win over Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, I mean, how about Brendan Scott there making a couple of buckets? Got to mention him. So even in traveling, I mean, most people don't realize this. Like I had the guys ride with what parents that could drive. They ride with their parents, so we're not having 4 or 5 in one van together. And Brendan, I told Brendan to come because Ronnie was going to drive by himself just to give us another body. That way, it's frustrating for our sophomores because we can't dress 10 or 12 because all this is going on. So you just got to be smart about it. And I thought Brendan come in and did a good job. I thought Lucas Searcy played obviously his best game up to this point. And Lucas did that a lot in the preseason. I mean, he can stroke it. He plays hard. He's a good kid. And I expect big things out of him this year.
Coach, have a safe trip home and have a good Thanksgiving.
All right, you too, David. How about them Wildcats on Friday? I know we talked about it on the radio. I thought we said, I think I made a comment defensively. I thought we were good enough to win it, but what a game. I listened to it, wasn't there. What a game, and I don't want to jinx them, but I like our matchups, and if Coach Gaddis is listening, Coach Gaddis, I know you're going to win on Friday. Don't sweat it, and you'll win the next weekend. Don't sweat it. You got it in the bag, buddy.
Coach, thanks a lot.
Thanks, David.
That is Aaron Green. Wildcats victorious in this one here from Pigeon Forge High School. Mark, you got the final stats.
Thank you very much, David. Leading scorer for the Wildcats was number 23. He had 22 points. That's Jeremy Miller, 9 of 16 from the field. He was 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Also in double figures with 20-plus points, Stafford Shanklin. He had 21 points. He was 8 of 20 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. With 20 points was Lucas Searcy. He was, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Also scoring for the Wildcats, Jamison Updegraff had 7 points. He was 1 of 3 from three-point land, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Also with 7 points was freshman Brendan Scott. He was, 2 of 2 from two-point land, 1 of 2 from three-point land. And rounding up scoring for the Wildcats was Kel Slater. He had 6. He started for the Wildcats. He's 1 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. So as a team, the Wildcats were 29 of 63 from the field. They were 22 of 47 from two-point land. They were 7 of 16 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 18 of 23 from the free throw line. So a nice night from the free throw line. Leading scorer for Pigeon Forge, the Tigers, was Bryson King. He had 14 points for the Tigers. He was 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Tanner Robinson added 12 for the Tigers. He was 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. With 6 points for the Tigers was Keegan Rayfield. 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Also with 6 points was Aiden Lacey. He was 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. With 4 points was Mason Schultz, 2 of 2 from the field. Also with 4 points was Caleb Hughes. He was 2 of 3 from the field. Blake Bowers had 4 points for the Tigers, 1 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Andrew Valentine also with 4 points for the Tigers, 2 of 5 from the field. With 2 points for the Tigers was Corey Bohannon. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So as a team, the Tigers were 22 of 50 from the field. They were 18 of 36 from two-point land, 4 of 14 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 10 of 18 from the free throw line. As you said, David, Elk Ridge victorious tonight by a final score 83-58.
Thanks a lot, Mark. The Wildcats' next ball game will be coming up on Tuesday. The Wildcats, as we're about to have the national anthem. So I'm just going to close it out here. The Wildcats win. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge Sports will be Friday, Oak Ridge, South Doyle. Until then, this is David Clary for everybody. So long, everybody.